Governor of New York. She's as bad as Maura Healey.
I need people who are high net worth to support the generous social programs that we want to have in our state. There are some patriotic millionaires who stepped up. Okay, cut me the checks. I mean, just if you want to be supportive, but maybe the first step should be go down to Palm Beach and see who you can bring back home, because our tax base has been eroded.
She wants patriotic New Yorkers to come back to support the generous social You mean the waste, fraud, and abuse?
It is like I have to look at the fact that we are in competition with other states who have less of a tax burden on their corporations and their individuals. And I would say remote work changed everything. There were people who could only work in an office in Manhattan or work in New York State, and they were captives to our state. They were going to stay. We saw that that's not the case. I mean, Wall Street businesses looking at Texas, they're not going there because they have a nicer governor. I know that for sure. But they're going there because of the tax rate. We have to be smart about this. But we can fund what we want to fund with what we already are taking in.
You know all those people who she said, get out of here, get out of town.
Just jump on a bus and head down to Florida where you belong, okay? Get out of town. Get out of town. Because you don't represent our values. You are not New Yorkers.
And now she's telling people, hey, if you could talk to some of your friends when you're in Florida and try to convince them to come back with you.
Always wonderful to see you again, Benny. What do you make of Governor Hochul? Voters are slamming her. She's already running out of other people's money. And this is right as socialist Mayor Zohran Mamdani wants to grab more of their money with higher taxes.
Yeah, Liz, I just love this psychotic, over-medicated ex-girlfriend energy from the states of New York and California and Illinois that sat there and muled at their tax-paying and corporate bases and said, you will never leave us. You'll never find anything better. Starbucks, you'll never leave Seattle, right? And the big banks, you'll never leave New York. And the tech companies will never leave San Francisco. And then they find out that they're not the only babe on the block. And all of those companies are leaving in droves, along with their founders and along with their tax base. And now those states have turned into the psychotic ex-girlfriend who's sitting there in our DMs being like, please get back with me. Hey, honey, remember the good times? We're married, baby, okay? We're done with you. We don't need you anymore. We don't need that energy or that abuse. And I got to tell you, man, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, the guys who founded Google, Elon Musk, they're sitting pretty on the beach in Palm Beach and in Florida, knowing that they won't be harassed, they won't be abused, they won't be overtaxed, and that they're safe in this Republican supermajority state.
My goodness.
I bet she is.
That's so crazy. Oh, my God. That is so crazy. She tells the people to get out of town. That was well done. And now she's begging them to come back to help pay for these quote unquote social, these social programs that they want to pay, because they wrote checks. They wrote checks that their behinds couldn't cash. New York City is $5 billion in the hole right now.
They're stupid. They think we're stupid. They think people are stupid. I mean, to have the audacity. Are y'all listening to me? The little audacity to tell them to come back and support your socialistic programs. It's like, are you crazy? Now think about this, though. The thing that bothers me is that if you really want them to come back, resign. Because you're the ones that caused the problems in the first place. Resign. That's all you got to do. They don't have a problem because they love New York. Obviously, they were here. You want them to come back? Step down. I'm done.
Well, Mr. Denzel, the only issue with that is the lack of leadership. Listen to what she said. I know they're not going there because of a nicer governor. So there is no leadership where I look at myself and ask, can I be doing a better job? Is there any universe that exists where these people are leaving because of me? No, the mentality is I am perfect the way that I am. I have nothing that I can do to improve as a governor or as a leader, and they can't possibly be leaving because of me, which shows that this pattern is going to continue going. People are going to continue leaving. And the worst part about it is if I'm going to American citizen who lives in New York City, and surprisingly haven't taken my own life, and I have someone saying, hey, I want you to come back because we need your money, I'm not going to go back. I'm not just a dollar to you. If she had said, hey, we want you to come back because we're making it better for 1, 2, and 3 reasons. We want to have pride in New York City, and we're going to make it a great experience for you, then maybe I consider it. But this rhetoric right here where we shame the people who are leaving, well, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. If you don't live in this city, you're not really a New Yorker, and everything else in between.
And get out.
Just get out, right? I love that people are taking advantage of their life, and especially in New York, where the mentality is we are better than everyone else because it is the city and New Yorkers are the absolute best. I'm happy that people are leaving and seeing that there's a whole nother world that is out there. You can live however you want to live. You don't have to do what your family has told you to do, the news has told you to do, the environment has told you to do. As long as it's within the realms of the law and ideally the faith, you can live however you want to live. You don't have to be stuck to the concrete jungle unless that's your jam. By all means, the food is good. But I don't hear that coming from the leadership. I hear we made a mistake. We got the wrong person in office, and the only way we're going to look good come the next election cycle is if you please come back and give me more of your money.
I don't have no words. I mean, until they get rid of Mamdani and Kathy Hochul, this is what they have to deal with. Listen, wealthy people didn't get wealthy by fluke. They got wealthy by understanding how to play the game, how to save money, how to play the game. They know how to play chess. They saw the moves, they saw the writing in the wall, and they're like, we're not participating in this. And if you think telling them to get out because you don't represent our values, they're like, you're right.
Goodbye.
You don't represent your values, so we're out of here. And y'all are going to have to fund your own social programs. And no, we're not. Don't try and say we're patriots. We're patriots. That's why we got out.
Amen.
That's why we got out. We're not there because we're patriots. We want no parts of your crazy. So I don't know how her and Mr. Mamdani is going to do it, but I understand all the New Yorkers who thought tax the rich meant the billionaires and multi-billionaires or whatever you want to call it, the ones that want tax.
They're going to stay there and take it.
They're going to tax you. That's who they're going to tax. All of you, not the people you thought that were going to happen. And a lot of y'all going to be without jobs, and I'm sorry for y'all.
Oh, it's already happening.
New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of. Well, she was bold, telling everybody to get out. They weren't real New Yorkers. When the Joe Biden administration had New York and other blue cities awash with money to resettle illegal immigrants. Let's go back and remember when she said that. They were getting money. They had money was coming into these municipalities so fast they couldn't figure out how to steal it quick enough, although I'm sure they worked it out. However, so she was bold, get out, we don't need you. And then New York did what all the other blue cities did, which was get addicted to all of that money until the money stopped. And we know when it stopped, because that's when what's the black man they had, Adams, came and cried and said, hey, listen, wait a second. Now I think at that time it was
Matthew.
Yeah, right. He said, I need so many billions to go and to resettle these illegals. Now you can't just drop them off here and then stop the money flow, because now I have to get a 5% reduction on every city service. And the Biden administration's response to that was, well, guess what? You're a criminal and being indicted by the Justice Department. So then we didn't hear anything else. Now that the money is gone and the illegals are still there, and New Yorkers are struggling to figure out how to make their budget, specifically, according to Hochul, their safety net programs. Now she needs them to come back and help out. I say to those who left, listen, save yourself. If you were able to get beyond the walls, don't go back like Lot. Don't turn around. Don't look back. Don't turn to a pillar of salt. Let that place go and let New Yorkers live the value of their convictions. This is what they say they believe in. They need to live to it now. Now is the time to understand and to live the consequences of your decision. So we need to let New York be. Let them have what they demanded and tell them we wish them luck on election night. So now it's time to stand back and let what happen. I know those who can flee and escape, who have the money and the ability to do so, fine. However, the rest of you who voted and can't leave, this is on you now, and we hope that you can make the best with what you got. And good luck to you. And that's it. That's all. You are going to live in that concrete jungle.
No, I'm with you, Celeste. My assumption is that the New York Stock Exchange is going to be the Dallas Stock Exchange probably within the next year or so. I think that's going to happen at a very, very rapid rate at this point. Because it doesn't look like they have any interest in slowing down on increasing these taxes. And you're going to see based off of what we discussed on Tuesday with the new death tax that they want to implement, where they're basically going to tax 50% of whatever you leave to your family. You got a lot of people right then and there saying, you know what, it's time to go. Because who wants to work their entire lives only to give it over to the government? No one wants to do that. And some of it is going to be a situation to where it's not even that. It's the fact that if someone leaves a home that's maybe worth $800,000, $900,000, $1 million, which is kind of the median in New York right now, the people that it gets left to, they're not going to have the money to pay the taxes. So, you know, if your parents or grandparents own a home free and clear and it's $1 million and they say, hey, by the way, you got to come up with 500,000, they put a lien on it and now you get nothing. You're either going to be forced to sell it and pay the difference, or the government's just going to come in and take it. Sounds a whole heck of a lot like what happened in Cuba back in the 67 odd years ago, where they just came and just took people's property.
That's right.
And what's worse about it is it may be too late, because if you can pass a law to say that people can't inherit their property, or 50% of what their property is worth is owed to the city, you can also put that as a 5-year clause and say, and that's for any property sold in the last 5 years. It may actually be too late to leave New York. New Yorkers may be trapped in New York.
They did put something to try and trap New Yorkers already. They were trying to pass that, I forgot, COPA, something, whatever it was. They were trying to pass that. But at the end of the day, this is not new, because Mamdani said that he wanted to go after private residences and make it a government owned, so that they can share property. This was something that he said during his race. So so this is not new, and this is their plan. So again, he's just doing what he told people that he was going to do. It's just that people weren't listening.
The only way they're going to recover is that, number one, the people that are in office have to resign. The people that voted them in to go that and demand, y'all got to go. You all got to go, number one. Because no one who has money is going to be willing to try to help New York get out of the mess that they're in while those people are in power. That's the bottom line.
Well, the thing too is that when you spend recklessly, think about this. If you earn $60,000 a year, but you're in debt $80,000, if they give you $100,000,
you're gonna waste it.
You will be in debt even more than what you're already in debt, because it's not really about the money. It's about the fact that you have poor spending habits. You're fiscally irresponsible.
You got to go. That's right.
So what we have right now is a government that is extremely fiscally irresponsible.
That's right.
And then we also have, taxation without representation, because the people want certain things, but the people that are in office are basically just saying, hey, we're going to just do whatever the heck we want to do. How much longer are the people going to just sit back and say, you know what, we can't do anything about it, before the folks, start storming city halls, and other places, demanding that these people represent us properly?
No, don't represent us. No, get gone. We don't want you representing us no more. No more. Go. You got to go. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
No more.
I hear that. Now, New York City, they got to hold the L, man. They got to take the L. They have to. They have to take the L, and they're going to have to, just deal with this. Now, there is a way. I don't know if Governor Hochul would do it, because, a lot of times, man, these people kind of, they put their fingers up in the air and kind of see where the wind is blowing. But the governor does have the ability to oust the mayor. She could. There's a way to go about doing it. But
But remember, she's part of the problem too.
But she is definitely part of the problem. But if she wants to save her own hide,
right?
You know what I'm saying? The best way to go about it is getting that dude up out of there.
That's a step.
I mean, you can't say, "Oh, we got a $5 billion deficit," but you added what 8 to 9 new positions that never even existed, and all of these roles are paying high 6 figures. But then you want to turn around and say, "Hey, we're increasing property tax up to 9.5%. We're increasing the income tax. Oh, and then by the way, we're lowering the death tax. We're lowering that from 7.5 million to 750,000, but we're also increasing what we take from you from 16% to 50%. I mean, this isn't a good look in New York in general. This isn't a good look. And if Kathy Hochul, granted fact, I don't think she should win the re-election bid. She shouldn't. The people in New York, the state should say, no, heck no. But if she wanted to kind of save her own hide, she would be working towards getting that dude up out of office, because it hadn't even been, dude hadn't been in office 3 months yet. And he is destroying the city.
She's not going to do that just because this is her election year. B, then that means AOC and the rest of them will turn on her. And then it'll be harder for her to try and to win her seat back. So she's going to lay low, even though New York is being destroyed. But at the end of the day, sometimes people have to hit rock bottom to learn. And right now, I think that is New York's moment. It's finding out season, and they have to hit rock bottom, because this is what they, like you and we discussed this before. Some people came out and voted for him, and then 8 million, we said 6 million people stayed home and didn't bother to even vote. They didn't even bother to even be involved in this election. They're like, whatever, you know what? We don't care.
Well, you got whatever.
I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. Join us Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for ARP in the morning. And as always, keep God first, stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked air from my breath, put power in my step.